might be regretting coming back east, eh? Look at this weather. This is right at the top of the Dorrigo Plateau now. I know it's pretty foggy up here a lot of time of year, but yeah, coupled with the rain, it's not making for very fun driving, I'll tell you that. We ran into these guys on the mountain bikes yesterday in Ybor, and they're doing a big ride to raise money for cancer. Not sure what the distance is, but man, take my hat off to them, doing it in this weather and up these damn hills. Very impressive. We're trying to get to a place called Ulong, kind of like northeast Dorrigo, and it's turned into quite the adventure, eh? Full on dirt road, and yeah, driving right through the rainforest and the Cascade National Park, which I've never heard of before. But that's looks beautiful up here, and that's kind of like a bit of an added bonus, really, once again. This bridge is looking a little sketchy, eh?
My camera?
No, take this.
Does look a bit sketchy.
Sure that truck's going over it, though. It was a pretty mad adventure getting down here. I think Google Maps put us on a bit of a bum steer though. I reckon there was a better road coming from Dorrigo. But you know what Google Maps are like. They like you to send you on the quickest route. And yeah, I'm not sure how fast that was. But yeah, the van, everything's looking a bit muddy and dirty. That's all right. That's why we like off-road camping, isn't it? Anyway, this is us for the next 3 days, little town called Ulong. We've come here because we need to go down to Coffs Harbour, and this is about 45 minutes drive from Coffs Harbour. And it's a super cheap place. I think it's like $7.50 per person per night, so pretty good. It's got toilets and showers, no power, but yeah, with the off-grid setup that we've got, we don't need it. So yeah, we're going to get set up for the evening, and we'll call this place home for 3 nights. We've just been outside talking to a couple of other campers that are here with us at Ulong, and yeah, I've just come back inside and found, after all this rain, there are a few leeches getting around, and yeah, I've got a bit of a leech right here on my ankle. So let's apply a little bit of salt to it and see what happens. Oh yeah, look at the blood coming out of that. Oh yeah, he's not liking that. Oh, he was well into me though. Only a small one, but that's definitely got him off. Well, there you go. One of the best ways to get a leech off, just whack a bit of salt on it. I remember years ago I had one on me, and we took a lighter to it and just watched it run. So, but yeah, that's a much more safer way of doing it, I suppose. Be looking out for a few more of them. We're going to see some waterfalls later today. Well, finally the weather's cleared up a little bit, and we're able to get out and about. And we met a couple of people at the campground where we were just staying at who recommended coming out and seeing a couple of waterfalls which are pretty close to Ulong. And we've just driven out to Bingara National Park, and it's amazing, eh? Like, you don't realise how many national parks are around the country until you start getting out there and seeing a few things. Great to see this rainforest like this. This is just lovely. Really thick canopy. Kind of reminds you a little bit of the Daintree or Cape Tribulation if you've ever been up that way. Well, this is pretty good, eh? Bingalo Falls, it's called. Might not be the tallest waterfall going around, but nonetheless, after all this rain, pretty impressive. I don't reckon you're going to see it much better than this, eh? So, pretty stoked. Glad we've made the effort to come out here. Only about a 10-minute walk from the car parking area as well. So being a national park, as per usual, we're just doing it separately while one of us waits with Buff in the car. But being in a rainforest just reminds me of a good yarn that I've got. Years ago, before I met Vicky, I used to do a lot of tour leading. Did tours various parts of the world, but the last place I was doing it was here in Australia. But I'd take Americans around Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, and the American groups would meet me up in Cairns. And one of the first activities that we did up there was the Kuranda Sky Rail, and that's the gondola ride that you could take from Kuranda. It goes back down into Cairns or vice versa, and you go over the top of the rainforest up there. Now, this story relates to an older American couple that I shared a gondola with as we were heading back to Cairns. And it was a pretty clear blue sky day, barely a cloud out there. And we're in the gondola, we're all looking out the window, peering down at the rainforest, just checking everything out. So the lady turns to me and she said, "So is it raining?" And I just had to have a look out the window and just make sure that things hadn't changed. And definitely no raindrops coming down. And I said, "Is it raining where?" And she said, "Is it raining down there in the rainforest?" And I went, "No." And she said, "Well, why do they call it a rainforest then?" And honestly, I did not know how to answer it, eh? Like, it's one of the stupidest questions I've ever been asked in my entire life. And yeah, you do get plenty when you're a tour leader, particularly, you know, from that part of the world. But yeah, it just blew my mind that she had no idea the reason why rainforests were called rainforests. This would be a pretty bloody good swimming hole in the summer. Absolutely stunning down here. Very remote, off the grid. I think we might put this on our list to come back to as well. Next time we're sort of out Armidale way in the hot summer day, we might come back down this way. Unreal. This water hole is pretty deep. I don't think you'd have an issue jumping off the rock there. And yeah, just the waterfall, absolutely gorgeous. So I can't even pronounce it. Starts with a U. Not even going to bother trying, but it is absolutely stunning. Well, it's been an absolute bloodbath today. I think we found about 6 leeches between us altogether. One fell off my foot here. Still bleeding. Vic pulled one off a temple. She was freaking out.
I was not freaking out.
Freaking out big time.
Oh.
Must have climbed out of her hair and found it on a temple and screeches went out.
Bullshit. I went, oh, there's one in my hair.
Window went down. It got flicked out the window real quick.
It's only a leech.
Yeah, all this rain, just leeches everywhere. We're surprised one hasn't gotten on the dog, actually.
Probably. Well, actually, no, because we would have seen him bleeding.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
Anyway.
His toes.
Yeah. Yeah. Fun and games when it's been pissing down rain and you're in the rainforest. Always love it when you come to a rainforest and you see these big strangler figs just inching their way up these larger trees and they slowly swallow them up. Quite awesome. I love nature. Throughout the whole walk, there's these information boards, gives you pretty good information on various different birds and plant species that are in the rainforest that you'll come past. But the rainforest walk definitely gives you a good idea of how the Australian coastline, or certainly this part of the Australian coastline, would have looked before white men arrived here. Definitely well worth the walk if you're staying in Iluka for a couple of days. So at the end of the rainforest walk, you end up at Iluka Headland. And as the name suggests, it's a headland which is going to give us a look out. So we'll have a bit of a squiz. Oh wow, it's actually a pretty cool eagle straight above me. Pretty cool eagle up there, a couple of them. Let's see if I can get them. Oh, it's pretty windy up here, but yeah, this gives us a really good view from Iluka Buff, looking back towards Yamba and the breakwall of the Clarence River, where she pours into the Tasman Sea. It's been a fair bit of rain around here in the past week, so that water's as brown as can be, so that's why the colour of the water's looking a bit dirty out there. But yeah, Yamba, of course, on the other side, that's the bigger sister of Iluka, where most people go to when they come to this area. Iluka is a much smaller version, and on first impressions, I'm saying it's a fair bit nicer as well. It just seems a lot more relaxed and chilled out over here. Yamba, a lot busier than I remember it being. But yeah, that was about 5 years ago, the last time I was here, so she has grown quite a bit. It honestly feels like for the past 3 weeks, like ever since we started coming back east along the Dorrigo Plateau, it has dead set just been raining the whole time on us. We just turned off onto a little dirt track. We're going to go out to a little free camp that my cousin told us about. It's not even on Wiki Camps, called Lee Creek. And I think it'll be a wise decision just to give this one a miss, I think. Got no choice but to reverse back up the road that we've come through.
Glamorous side of camping.
On the weather map, the only place it's raining in almost all of Queensland is exactly where we are.